We got a 1500 point battle report here. Salamanders once again taking on Tyranids. So an eternal matchup on the channel. We have Kraken Battalion from myself, 1500 points. In my HQ slot, Neurothrope with Resonance Barb. He also has, what's it called? Synaptic Lure, the Kraken Psychic ability. Then I have my Swarmlord. He has Catalyst and also Psychic Scream. Then we have 10 Hormagaunts, 10 Termagants. Brought the Genestealers out, 20 Genestealers, 4 Asset Maws. And then in the elite slot, we got the Lictor, 6 Zoanthropes with Psychic Scream and Schmidt. Brought the Dimachaeron. I had 2 units of Genestealers. I was going to go all in, but my son loves this model. He's only 4. He just looks cool. So I said, out with the Genestealers. A Dima is in this. And then 3 Biovores for some move blocking. Gonna really try and utilize the movement potential. Oh, I didn't mention my adaptive physiologies. I brought one of the Genestealers, the dynamic camo, to help them stay alive. And then I brought the I can't remember what it's called. It's the one where if I kill a model, the Dima regains a wound, up to 3 per phase.
All right, everybody, we got 1500 points of Salamanders, pure Salamanders this time, not a Salamander successor. So my HQs, I got my Captain in the Terminator armor. He is just running Power Sword and Storm Bolter. And then my Lieutenant, he's running a Plasma Pistol and the Teeth of Terra, as usual. And my troop choices, I have a 10-man squad of Intercessors with the Auto Bolt Rifles, 2 5-man squads with the Auto Bolt Rifles. And then over to my elites, I have a Dreadnought with Plasma and Flamer, and I have a 5-man squad of Blade Guard, and then the Blade Guard Ancient also. And then over here I got a 5-man squad of Eradicators and a Predator with twin las cannons for my heavy, and then the Outriders filling out it with my fast attack. So that's 1500 points of Salamanders.
Everyone, here's the table we're playing on today. We're playing Surround and Destroy GT 2020 pack. It is hold 1, hold 2 for the primary objectives. There's 6 objectives in total, 1 here. Here, deployment zones as well go along this way and along that way, marked by my new purple Necron dice. And then I have an objective in the middle there, another one on this side, and then the other 2 objectives here and here. So terrain-wise, we're not counting the trees as anything except for just line of sight blocking. They're there mostly for aesthetic purposes. It just looks cool. It's like an overrun city that has been destroyed for a while, so the plants play in a cool factor there. In terms of secondaries, I chose Engage, Scrambler, and Ritual, with Salamanders choosing Linebreaker, Abhor, and Oath of Moment. So we're going to roll off now and see who gets to choose their side. What is it? 6. Oh, I mean, I'd rather get the guarantee go first, but I get to pick. So good stuff here. We'll come back after deployment and find out who's going first. So we've gone ahead and deployed. Tyranids, myself chose this side, so we were over here. Really focused on this side of the table. Got my Gaunts there. Biovores, Dima, the Genestealer Blob, Swarmlord, Neurothrope, Zoanthropes, and then down here just hanging out. Hormagaunts. So that's it for the Tyranid side. My Lictor is appearing in when he needs to. We got Intercessors, Dreadnought, 5-man Blade Guard. That's going to be terrifying. Intercessors, the Lieutenant Captain, the Eradicators, yuck. And then I really wish I had Hive Guard. The tank, and then the 5-man unit of Intercessors on this side, the bikes, and that's it. So there we are. Let's find out who's going first in this game of Warhammer 40k. A 2. I literally have never got to go first against the Salamanders. I am forever cursed to that. All right, so come back after Salamander's turn 1 moving. That's movement for Salamanders. So the tank moved over here. No shooting to be done, but What's that?
The Dreadnought is shooting at the, you can see those guys over there.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, the tank over here, though, gave up his shooting as to not get boxed in by the Biovores, double tapping and rendering that tank more or less useless for the whole game. Bikes set up over here, just kind of prowling around. Intercessors holding on that objective. Eradicator stayed still. Everyone else kind of shifted this way, getting in a defensive position. And for shooting, we're going to move into the Dreadnought, firing at these guys. So we'll come back after that, and that'll likely be the end of the turn. All right, so that ends Salamander's turn 1. So 2 Gaunts fell to the Plasma Cannon. They are ready, though, for the counterattack of the Tyranids. So we'll come back after Tyranids, turn 1 movement. Let's see what the table looks like. Tyranid movement has finished, so got some shenanigans hopefully come up. These guys, I wasn't going to move them, then I rolled the advance roll, and they would have stayed still, but I got a 6. So they moved up, and they were able to just grab that objective. So they're holding that. So then over this way, these guys moved up, threw a scrambler down in my zone. Biovore stayed still. Got the perfect amount for the Zoanthropes to move over there and get line of sight onto the Blade Guards. There's one on the bottom floor holding that objective. Dima moved up this way. What I may do is use Swarmlord, sling him over this way, kill the tank, and then overrun over here. With the Genestealers, ideally killing off the Blade Guards. They rolled a 6 for doubling their advance, I think it was. Or no, 5. And I did the Kraken double advance. And Swarmlord's just in the middle. Neurothrope's going to cast off Psychic Scream, so looking good, but these Marines are resilient. So we'll come back after Psychic and shooting and see what happens on the table. That ends Tyranids shooting. So the Dima used Swarmlord's ability and leaped over to here. Failed to get Onslaught off him, but can't complain because the Genestealers have Catalyst. And then he does have Onslaught. I forgot to mention at the start. Originally I built him with a dual Genestealer list, but then I put the Dima in and I put Onslaught on. These lads up here putting some hurt onto the Blade Guard between them and double firing Biovores who stayed still, actually doing some use with the mortal wounds. So killed 3 of them. So feeling good with that. That is a Spore Mine. There actually needs to be another Spore Mine placed there in a second. But yeah, so that's it. We'll come back after all the charges and fighting. So lots of stuff about to go down between the Genestealers and the Dimachaeron. That ends Tyranids turn 1. So the Dimachaeron destroyed the Predator. Almost failed the charge with a 3. I needed a 3 to make it in. So then he jumped and leaped over here with Overrun. So facing those guys and holding that objective for me. Over this way, come around. The Genestealers put in some work. Lost a bunch of them though. But we'll talk about that in a second. So they charged in, multi-charged the Intercessors and the Blade Guard. Took the Intercessors or the Blade Guard down to 1, and then the Intercessors down to 4. The Ancient got like almost all the guys to hit. Did 19 wounds altogether. I lost a total of I think 5 guys, or no, 6 guys from that. Thanks to Catalyst. Had I have not had Catalyst, it would have been an incredibly different story. And then I fought again, wiped out the Intercessors, wiped out the Blade Guard, and they just are sitting there. These are just Spore Mines because my Spore Mines are put away. So they are Spore Mines. But that's it for Tyranids turn 1. So getting 1 Ritual down, getting 2 points for Engage, and 1 Scrambler down in my zone. So that's it. Heading into Salamanders turn 2 movement. That ends Salamanders turn 2 movement. So these guys just collectively moved up here to remove the Genestealers. The captain is there. Eradicators moved out just to get some mobility and get some shots lined up. And the Outriders came over to obliterate my poor Hormagaunts. These guys just held that objective. And that is it. So scoring a total of 10 for primary though, for holding 2 of the primary objectives, where it's hold 1 and hold 2. So that's it. We'll come back after the shooting. See what it looks like. That ends Salamander's turn 2. So over this way, the Genestealers were killed off by the combined fire of the Dreadnought, the Captain Ancient, and these guys fired in just because there's nothing else for them to shoot at. And then over this way, these guys got plasmaed by the Dreadnought. So when I designed this too, I forgot to mention in the start of the video, it kind of be cheesy just hiding back through this hallways. But no matter how you go in here, like if you have a larger unit, you'll be within a millimeter of the terrain so they can get shot through the wall, where the Dreadnought is a little taller. Normal Marines probably wouldn't see them, but the Dreadnought could see their little spines. The Outriders killed off all but one guy, and we double checked. There was this one guy in Synapse of the Neurothrope. Just barely, but he is, so he's just hanging out. So that's it for Salamander's turn 2. So 10 points for primary, nothing for Linebreaker yet. Oaths at the moment, still potential points coming through for that. And nothing for a board yet, but targets are still alive. I'm waiting right in the middle here. So we'll come back after Tyranids turn 2, movement. That ends Tyranids movement, so the Dima came over here to hopefully finish off these Outriders. And then over this way, the Zoanthropes moved over to get some smiting action on the Eradicators. Swarmlord launched himself up over this way. Going to move in, hopefully clear off this guy, or these guys, I should say. Grab that objective. These guys moved ahead, scrambled in the neutral zone. Lictor did not come on, he's going to wait. Biovore stayed still. Neurothrope moved up, so he is in range of that objective and still within 6 inches of the center. So he can hold that objective and also cast the ritual. Over this way, this Gaunt just ran back, grabbed that objective. He is the farthest back he can possibly be, so these guys likely will be able to shoot him, but if they move forward a bit, I'm okay with that. So that's it for movement. We'll come back after Psychic and the tiny bit of shooting that I had. So that ends Psychic and shooting, so doing some hurt onto the Eradicators, killing off all but 2 of them between the Biovore shooting, Psychic Scream, and the Smite from these guys. Then over this way, Swarmlord slingshotted himself forward over here, killed off a guy and a half. Biovore's double tapped at the Dreadnought, missed with 2, I was hoping for it. Got 2 Spore Mines down, proxying, and I'm going to block that Dreadnought. So the plan here is for the Swarmer to go in, dice them up, hopefully all of them. And then the Dreadnought won't be able to, I mean, he can still charge around, but it's going to be quite a long charge. And keep my Swarmlord kicking nice and healthy. Then the Dim over this way about to make a charge. So we'll come back after the charges, see what it looks like. All right, that ends Tyranid's turn 2. So over this way, the Dimachaeron, he overran over there. I only have 1 CP left. Killed off these guys. Born Protectors came into play. Dropped off 5 wounds on the Dimachaeron, but healed 3 after killing the bikes. And so he leaped over this way. Over here, the Swarmlord got into combat, diced up all but 1 guy. So I guess we have a couple morale checks to do for the Eradicators and the Intercessor over there. So we'll do those right quick. Eradicator is good. Not afraid of nothing. Then the Intercessor is good. So, because we're that'd be the Sergeant up there. So that's it for Tyranid's turn 2. So scoring engage, only 2 points for that. I had to keep my Dima back. There is only 2 Eradicators, but I know what they're capable of. And Ritual is also done well as well. So 1 more scramble with the Lictor. That's it. We will come back after turn 3, Salamanders. Let's end of Salamander's turn 3 movement. So Dreadnought coming this way with the Captain, the Blade Guard, and the Lieutenant moving this way, ready to come after my Neurothrope. Over this way, the Eradicators moved in advance. Only 1 could see the Dimachaeron. I knew it was a risk, but only 1 made it over. Scoring 10 points for primary. I did have to give up this objective, moving my Zoanthropes over to get the Smite off against the Eradicators. And these guys are farther back, and I kept them still just because I needed those mortal wounds. And it actually paid off because I killed an extra Eradicator, having them stay still. So it was worth the points in the end. Then over this way, I think the Captain came this way to get at these guys. So that's it. So we'll come back after shooting. See what it looks like. Some fortune shining on the Salamanders at this point. So the Dimachaeron was hit by this guy, spent a CP to reroll one of the missed shots, and he hit. 2 wounds go through, failed both my invols, dropped in at only 4 damage though, but dropped him a profile, which is the big thing, so I lost 3 inches of movement, now hitting on 4s. Over this way, Dreadnought's going to attempt to charge. We put all the numbers that we need down, we're going to roll all on camera. Dreadnought's going to charge in, he has to go around since he's a vehicle. Needs a 10 to make it. Captain needs a 9 to make it, and then a 6 and a 6. And sorry, that's the dice roll that's needed. So it's like he's 10 inches away, but then 1 inch will get him engagement, and he's 11 inches away. So, who would you like to start with?
Well, the Dreadnought's the most important. So this is the one I'll go first because I'll reroll if I need to.
Yep.
3 CP left.
So looking for 10 on the dice. It's a 9. Gonna CP it.
CP.
All right. Oh, saw the 6. I scared.
Captain needs a 9.
Yep. So you can.
7
No.
does not make it.
But killing off this guy is some victory points here. So
The Ancient going for the Neurothrope.
yeah, he's in. So that's 1. And then let's say 4. No. So Ancient, lot riding on him in this combat about to go down. So we'll come back after all the fights have been fought and see what it looks like. All right, so that ends everything. So a wound dealt to one another over here. Swarmlord finished off the guy that was in here. The Dreadnought is actually just in range of that. So I was debating on using Overrun to run away or staying there and holding the objective, but doesn't make a difference at this point because I only am going to hold 1 objective, which kind of hurts on primaries, but hopefully we'll clean up after that. So we'll come back after Tyranid's turn 3 movement. So that ends movement. So my Zoanthropes have moved in advance over here, getting 6 inches, so able to grab that objective and still hold on to their buff from the Neurothrope. Over this way, the Dima came forward to go against, I don't know, about the same charge difference over there. Then over this way, Swarmlord moved forward. Over this way, all right, it's forward. This way, move back, I should say. These guys got a 6 inches to come over and grab this objective, and that's pretty much it. Oh, and Biovores moved to grab that one. I am not losing on objectives. Again, that was bad. So we'll come back after Psychic and the Biovore shooting. All right, that ends Tyranids turn 3. So over this way, Swarmlord took out the Dreadnought in combat, just down to the wire. Rolling a 6 to get a mortal wound, doing just enough wounds because of the Dreadnought minusing 1. Consolidating to these guys to tie them up, just so my Gaunts didn't get shot. They did 2 wounds to him. Over this way, failed the charge there. So that's it. So completing deploy Scramblers, full points for engage this turn, and Ritual was completed by the Neurothrope in that phase there. So Psyche phase is what I'm trying to say. So that's it. So that ends Tyranids turn. All right, so we're gonna call it there. Losing the Dreadnought, and then just I have all objectives except 1, and then just completing a Ritual and Scramblers got me ahead. So the Dreadnought was the one chance to keep him in the game, and then because if the Dreadnought stayed alive and got to kill that Neurothrope, there's some points available there. But we're just gonna call it there. There's not a whole lot left. We were talking about the pivotal moment of the game, and I think it was the Genestealers early on when he did a total of I can't remember. It was like 10 or 11 wounds, and I made 9 catalyst rolls. I failed 11 saves and then made 9 catalyst rolls and kept them with plus 10 models, then fought again and then finished off the Intercessors and the Blade Guard. So I think that was a turning point on a whole. I mean, it's hard to say, but that really kind of tipped that end of the table in the Tyranids' favor. And the Dimachaeron just being in pain over on this side was a little bit tough. So if I had to say model of the game for the Tyranid sides, I'm going to pick unit of the game for me. Probably, it's hard to say. The Genestealers did work, but I think the Dimachaeron was just such an annoyance that he drew a lot of heat off of over here. So I'm going to give it to the Dimachaeron just for how annoying and how many points it freed up. I was worried about this side of the table. What about your unit of the game?
The Ancient.
The Ancient, yeah. Yeah, for the buffs alone, I'd say.
Almost every guy that died on that side of the table got to fight again.
So yeah, so good matchup. Just Tyranid mobility got ahead, and like I said, just that moment right there. Like it's a dice game, so nothing we can do with that. And that's it. So hope you enjoyed this. Probably our next game that we play together, we're going to actually probably play a Crusade game, just using Crusade rules. But I won't actually be part of a larger crusade, but we'll just play it, kind of see what it feels like. And then I'm gearing up to finish our narrative campaign, writing the story, and then planning out the missions. I'm almost done my 1,000 points of Necrons. I have 2 units left to finish, and then they will hit the table. But that's it. Thanks for watching.